Hey Virgo, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your first week of March, pick a card reading. Although the energy is fluid, so anytime that you are attracted to the title, there's probably a message here for you. If nothing resonates, that's all right, because I do private readings and you can get one through email. Check out my Etsy page. I have them in a lot of different categories, and I even have it to where you can create your own and choose your own decks that you're attracted to ask your questions. And let's see, but if something you hear does resonate or you feel like it's going to serve you on your path, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you hear something that you feel like would serve someone that you know, please share it with them. I do 4 pick a cards a month plus a monthly reading. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to keep up with those. And so this card of Sad Embrace came out in your monthly, and your annual shows that your March energy is the Two of Swords. So those readings are linked below if you want to hear me talk more about these, where I shuffle on camera, they pop out. But in general, this week, these come together to talk about a choice that you have to make, or at least start to think about making, where you may have to choose to let something go or to cut something out that you may have not wanted to, that is going to feel like a loss, but at the same time, there is something to gain, which is your integrity and your freedom. And this Two of Swords feels like there's going to be blockages in making this decision because of what seems to be an impossible decision, that the cost is and what you get aren't quite in alignment to where it's worth it to make that choice. But we shall see. I'm using Sacred Rebels and the Linestrider Tarot. I've stacked 1, stacked 2, stacked 3. They're timestamped below. You can choose 1, or you can choose all 3. You can choose 2, as much as you want. So let's do stack 1. Virgo, you have reverse 2 of Pentacles. Let's see. There, that focuses a little better. Reversed 7 of Swords. And Inspiration. So with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, it goes very much hand in hand with the message of the Sad Embrace, which is having to put down something that you're trying to hold in the balance. That there's a tension, and that there's a scattering of energies, that there's a division of energies, and that you are going to have to put one of them down to narrow your focus. And that neither seed is growing. You've got 2 seeds, neither one is growing because they're each getting half of the water. And you have to choose one to give all of the water to, and the other one you have to hand off to someone else, let it take care of itself, whatever that is in this sense. The reverse 7 of Swords is talking about where you may have been leaving energy on the table, not being honest with yourself, but there's a withholding, an energy of withholding. So maybe it's not even half the water to each seed, but like a third and a third and a third you've kept back to yourself, a third that you haven't even realized or tapped into, or that you've overlooked. And so it is bringing everything onto the table and choosing one point of focus that you're going to put it all into, because that's what this inspiration is about. This inspiration is going to be about feeling fired up towards making that choice, feeling like you have. I feel like it's going to be easy, knowing which one is going to be easy, because you are going to be inspired very clearly. Yeah, there's a sense to where you've been trying to hold back for the future, like squirreling it away in savings. Not like I feel like it's money per se, because it's swords. It's going to be some kind of part of your mental energy or your attention in some way, but you've been holding it back to protect it for safekeeping. And that at this time, it's time to bring it out and to put it all on the table and to go all in. I'm hearing going all in on something. That's what you're doing. You're going all in. All right, stack 2. You have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Ace of Swords. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. All right, Queen of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you're feeling overwhelmed, overburdened, overworked, having given too much. that can start to create resentment, burnout, and that can start to create a sense of feelings of lack, feelings of not having enough, being spread too thin, like a shriveling and a withering. And I feel like stuck in a rut, like that she's been traveling this same track, and she's started to create, there was where the grass starts to die, and then you start to create a little groove, and now it's like a trench. So this Ace of Swords is going to be like the stop to that, where you realize how that's happened and you speak there. So this Two of Swords is telling me in this case there's a stalemate of communication, and so this Ace of Swords is going to be advocating for yourself and speaking up for yourself. And there's a sense of where this cycle has been continuing as it has because of the fear of that negative reaction or getting a negative response. If you do set a boundary, do speak up for yourself, do ask for more, or tell them you have to give less, whatever that may be. And so with this right here, it is saying that it's acknowledging that there is that potential to get a negative reaction, or to have someone feel that if you set a boundary, you are doing something to them. And the message here is that kind of tells you everything you need to know about that person. If you set a healthy boundary, if you decide to take care of yourself, if you speak up and advocate for yourself, then the only thing that you stand to lose is someone that didn't respect or value you. It's as simple as that. All right, stack 3. Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Swords reversed, and come to life. So this morning, while I was surfing Facebook, as you do, there was a meme. I'm going to try to remember it as best I can. You are afraid of surrender. You're afraid to surrender because you're afraid you'll lose control. But you never actually had control. All you had was anxiety. And that's this 9 of Swords, is that anxiety and that sense that if you worry hard enough, that you're somehow preventing it, or that you're somehow controlling the situation through the tension that you hold in your mind around it. And so this very literally, I feel like, is like asking you to come down out of the cobwebby, spooky, dark attic of your mind, back into your body with creative and grounding activities. Whether that's music, whether that's dance, whether that's yoga, but bring your body back to life. And that this Ace of Pentacles is taking the first steps towards a new fresh start. And that it's no, you haven't been getting anywhere being up in your head. It is time now to come back, to reanimate, to like slip into your fingers and toes and stretch out, almost like it's a suit, and come back into it and feel it like it's yours. And now you can start to operate and take action and make moves and be in the world and move through the world. And it is very literally does feel like coming back to life, that this worry and anxiety has almost kept you like apart out of the world, and it's kind of seeing it through glass almost. It does feel a little bit like what I experience with PMDD, or what a lot of women experience, or with what people experience with depression and anxiety, this feeling of being kind of like watching the world from a distance behind glass, and that they can see that people love them, they can see that they have a good job, everything is there in place, and it's just out of reach. You can't connect with it emotionally, and you can't feel the joy of it, and you can't use it to feel better. Just knowing it's there isn't quite enough. That's the weird thing about depression. And so that's what this is calling you to do, is to kind of slide back into your body through the use of grounding techniques and creativity techniques. So dance, music, yoga, exercise, martial arts, anything that gets your body moving and gets you into the world. All right? I'll talk to you in a week. Thank you.